All right, traders, good afternoon. Here, midday. It's 12 o'clock, and it's good to be with you guys. Let's get our disclaimer out here on the opinion we'll be sharing, guys. Let's not construe this as advice in any way. Good afternoon, Tanya. I see you there. T, I see you, Tandy. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. Maybe a minute or so for all of the slow pokes to come online. Let them come online. Let them come online for today. All right. There's no economic news I'm seeing here. So whilst we wait for them, let's check what's happening. If there's any economic news. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not seeing any. All right. So we have a bit of. Let's get our time right. All right. There's no news coming out here. The pound is done. All right. So we actually basically done here. There's nothing at this point that I'm seeing. All right. So let's continue. Let's move. Let's move. Twist, I see you there. Good afternoon. Some of the other guys are still coming online. Brett, I see you. All right, I'll do that. Not a problem, Tanya. Send it. Not a problem. All right, let's see. All right, everybody good? All right, everybody good? Everybody good? All right. Jeremiah, you mean you need a mentor, Jeremiah? All right. All right, I see 66 CK Africa. Good afternoon. Tanya, yes, pretty sensible. Jeremiah, you've come to the right place, man. You've come to the right place. All right, guys, I'm ready to go. Let me know quickly in the chat facility there if you're ready. Let me know if you're ready quickly, guys. Quickly. Let me know if you're ready to go there. Just another minute or so for all the slow pokes. Yes, I thought so, Jeremiah. Sure, I see you. All right, ready. All right, so let's start from the top. All right, let's start from the top. Let's go to the oil price first, guys. Needless to say, we've been checking out the oil price. Remember, $91 a barrel is what we were looking at, all right, on the oil price. And lo and behold, look, lo and behold, $91 a barrel. We are there now, okay? But don't forget the structure of this pullback. Remember, we have a few here. We have a few highs, isn't it so? So let's look at them. Let's look at these highs here. So I have the 1 hour, and I want us to start looking. So we have 1. You see that? Do you guys see that? 2. Do you guys see that? 3. And we have 4. So what price has done now? It's given us 1. It's given us 1. It's given us 2 here. So there's 4 on this side. There's 2 here so far. So what can happen? We can do this. And that would be, so it would be 1, 2 years, 3. Do you see that? So don't be worried about this movement here, because if we don't go above the head, we're still in it. So look at this. Lo and behold, we at exactly the $91 a barrel. Right there. Exactly as we spoke about. All right? Right there. 91.46, $91 a barrel, 46 cents. Now, with this happening, what did I say this morning? With the oil price coming down, we're looking for a stronger gold price. And lo and behold, look at that, guys. We've gone back into that 61 area. Brett, you asked me about that on the fib. We've gone back into the 61 point area. Remember this impulse, head, foot, head. We're at the 61 point area now. That means it's spilling over into XAU to the euro, as well as XAG USD, which is silver. So can you see the structure, guys? Now, in price creating this, even although we have a pull, remember, it's creating a higher low. So if price comes till the $88, if it comes till there, if it stretches till there, it's a higher low. From where? This low creates a higher low. It's all still market structure. It doesn't matter how we're going to be analyzing it. As long as your analysis has the equal sign of market structure. Jeremiah, if you are brand new, quickly, let me know if you're brand new, all right? Because that's going to help us understand. If you're brand new, you won't understand. Absolutely. There's a mixture of guys here. But you've come to the right place, though. Even although you don't understand, it's okay. But you've come to the right place. If you're brand new, you won't understand. Exactly. So don't worry about not understanding. Just be here for now. That's all. Just be present. Get the language into your mind. That's all you need to do. Don't do too much. Especially no emotions. All right? That's the psychology here. So just be here. Just be present. I'm happy you're here. In fact, guys, let us give Jeremiah a round of applause. We welcome you. You are at the best place at this moment in time. You're at the best place. All right. So just be here. Just be present and just watch along. I'll try and go nice and slow. Even although there's some missing blocks, I'll try to make it as simple for now. All right. So remember, every structure has the higher lows. From that impulse, we have a high. That high is responsible to create a higher low. It's a higher low because it's higher than that low there. That's the trending nature of every single market. All right. This high is responsible for the next higher low. This high is responsible for the next. That high is responsible for the next. So irrespective of how far deep down it goes, it's still responsible. It releases responsibility when it breaks below the foot. It's that simple there. All right. Now, if we're getting a pullback here, it means the gold is also doing the same thing. In the other, from another standpoint is we are moving down on the oil price, which you can see there, but on the gold, we're pushing up because the correlation is working today. All right. So with the oil price coming down, less inflationary concerns. All right, that means weaker dollar. All right, in this context, it means weaker dollar. High oil price, stronger dollar. Lower oil price, weaker dollar in this context. Now, with the FX side being affected by the oil price, we have the stock markets also being affected. When the dollar is strong, the stock markets come down. When the dollar is weak, the stock markets go up. So if the dollar is weakening right now, as we can see, then we should be getting the NAS, the S&P, the US 30 going up. So let's look and see if that's the case right now. So NASDAQ has gone up in the past hour. In the past 2, 3, 4, 5, the past 6 hours, the NAS 100 has gone up. All right, it has gone up, but it's not really broken above the area we would like. Yes, there was a little bit of a break, but again, candle language. Look at this candle body here. This entire candle is 1 hour's work, remember. Only a portion, a small percentage broke and closed above the blue line. The rest of the body is below. So that tells us that the buyers attempted to push this thing up. But the majority of the body is in a rejected state. Why do I say rejected? Because from there, price came down. So if price is still anywhere inside between there and there, it's still in a rejected state. So this candle, just because it's green and really strong here, it's still within this area of rejection, and only a portion peeped through. We need a candle like this to close there above the blue line, because then it means we have exited this area of rejection. Yes, absolutely. It's an area of rejection. You can also think of it as, let's make it relatable. Let's say there's a sweet honey that many guys want. Let's say there's 5 guys and the first 2 try and she rejects them. The third one comes, rejects them. Now, the fourth one that comes has to be very careful because she's already in a state of rejection. So be very careful now, because you might just get the anger of the first 3 that didn't do so well. So maybe you're a good guy. Maybe there's something, great about you. But because she's in a state of mind, let's see it another way. If my wife is coming home and she's exhausted from the day, I'm not adding to it. All right. I'm not adding to that. All right. I am relieving that. All right. So we have to understand that. 66 Africa, we'll discuss that. Okay. For now, just focus on the language. Okay. Stay with me. Don't move away from that. Right now, we're in the rejected state here. All right. When we see the candle body push to the upside, that's giving us the understanding that this impulse now, that movement there, remember it had 1, and then it came down here. So there were about 2 or 3 movements to the downside. So if it pushes up, it's creating the first high that we need to see. That first high is now fighting against this. Don't forget, what makes the market? Buyers and sellers that fight against each other. So to measure whether the one is winning or not, this was a fight to come down. So the buyers, the blue line, which is the buyers here, in this case, using the zigzag, that's telling us, hey, the buyers are competing against the sellers here. That's why most guys, they fail to understand how the setup works. A setup is developed over time through the fights of impulses. So the NAS 100 is not out of the fight yet. There's nothing we can do here. We have to wait for it to show us some action here. Right now, it's just at a support. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. Don't let anyone tell you, no, it's a buying opportunity. No, it's not a buying opportunity yet. It's still cooking. This is still cooking. There's no opportunity yet. Only when we start seeing the first high, boom, there's data that suggests there is now an opportunity for us to look at. Very important, all right? So oil price, we're seeing the correction. It's there. The gold is moving up because of it. The silver is moving up because of it. NAS is not there yet. It's getting there. The Euro USD, guys. The Euro USD. What did I say to you guys here earlier on? I drew this here. And what did I say? We were here at, hold on. Let me get the time here. This is when we were here. 9:45. This is where we were. It was when the euro was there. Look what happened. So I drew this just before we finished our 9:30 session. And lo and behold, look what price has done. Can you guys see that? Lo and behold, look what price has done. Look at that. Now, I had no idea it's going to look like this. No idea. But I want you to see the amount of times. And you remember, you can use your line chart to do that. So we have 1. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see it? Look at that. Lo and behold, 3 times. 3 times. And then we start seeing movement to the upside. Whew, man. Guys, I'm telling you, there's 3 there. Are we together? There was 3 here as well. 1, 2, 3. So all 3 is taking place in this one impulse. Is everybody clear here, guys? All 3 of them is taking place within this one impulse here. All 3 took place. That's telling you that the sellers are being stopped. They're being stopped here. So the only way we can really move away from this is if price from there does this. Then we know we're not going to get into any longs here. Why would we get into any longs if price has come all the way down here? Because from here now, that's a new line. So we need to wait and see how many levels in the shorter time frames came down here. And then we need to break those levels now. Do you see that? We have to break it. So if you buy here, don't guess. All right? Guys, please do not guess based on programming from online that says, yeah, you know, when I hit the bottom of the support level or I'm going to buy. Please, guys, don't guess. All right? That's gambling. Here we are not advocating for any gambling here. There are so many gambling institutions out there. It's a press of a button. You put your money in, you click on, you think this is going to work, you gamble. This is not gambling. All right? When prices come down, I'm no longer here. I'm not here anymore. I now have to deal with this section over here. Before I can buy up, I need to clear this first. That's very important for us to understand. Now, by that happening, don't forget, if you look at it from a higher perspective, if I go up to a higher time frame, even if it came down till there, it is still a higher low. Within what? Structure. This structure, it's still a higher low. It doesn't matter how the structure looks. Please make a note. It doesn't matter how the structure looks. It is the nature of the structure that you must keep intact. It's still a higher low. That's what we must respect. All right? That's what you have to analyze. So we're just analyzing it in a very, very fractional way. That's it. Because in this area, from there to there, is 25 pips. Are we together? Right here is 25 pips. That's a trade for someone. Absolutely. But you are only analyzing this part of the structure that I went out from there. So I'll say it again. This is a larger structure and you only trading that portion of the structure. That is it. Don't forget that, okay? So we can see it's happening with GBP USD, Euro USD. We see it's happening with Euro USD. Let me just get these guys out here, guys, so that I don't upset the structure here. All right, so we're going to see what it does there. I'm going to leave that in. We'll see how it goes as we track along. GBP USD, you can see here, guys. It is coming down here, but don't forget, this is a trade you'll take from there to there. This, from that foot to there, is in a higher time frame. There it is. So now we're counting. 1, do you see that? This is where we're getting our 2s now. Excuse me. So here we have, use the line chart. Okay, it's a very nice one to use. You guys see this? So there's 4 pieces here. There's 4 connections. From there to there, it took 4 connections for it to get to the head, and then we get the impulse down. So look at this now. This is 1. This 1 has broken 2 there. Whew, man, I hope you guys are with me here. 1 on the higher time frame. It's already dug past the 2 there. So from there, we expect what? Correction. Back into the connectors. And from there, we expect to go to where? Possibly this one here now. You see that? It can go past, it can. But that's why you have to know how you are trading. Are you trading, are you a swing trader? Meaning you're going to swing from that specific point, or you're going to scalp in between. Scalping just means that you're taking smaller portions out of this entire movement. So if price goes up, you're scalping a buy there. If price travels till there, you can buy there and get out. So it's a short distance. Just short distance. From this area to that area becomes a swing trade. From there to there, it's a swing, because you're going to be trading the blue line up. It's a swing trade from there to there. When you're scalping, you're trading inside of the blue line. But if you swing, you're swinging it from the red to the blue. That's important to understand. So the pound is showing us that it's already dug through that entire structure there. And when it digs through that structure, it finds support. So now, if we trade it upward, look at the divergence here. That divergence has not come yet. We were accurate with our area, 1.333, and you'll see why I used that support is because I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm not looking at, I want to TP after all of that. No, I want to work within the momentum. I want to work within the movement, because there is opportunity every day. So we have to get rid of greed by working within. And even with the zigzag, you can see it. This is 1, that is 2 and 3, because you can see the connecting impulse. Always look for the connecting impulse, guys. From these 2 here, between these 2, this was the connecting impulse. Between this area and that area, this was the connecting impulse. Do you guys see that? Between that high and this area, this is the connecting impulse. So you got to look for that specific area. That's why I use it with structure. That's why I'm showing you guys. It helps you. Even this here, that there, the connecting one is here. Between that area and this area, the connecting one is here. That's the connector. It's just like a chain. Whoever's wearing a chain right now, you have connectors. I want you to simplify the charts, guys. Let's not make this, you need to have the highest IQ to trade. You don't. You just need to simplify it. It's a connection of price. It's a chain of price that gets connected through impulse. That's it. If you can understand that, you can actually find your zones. You see that? And price will take another, at this point right now, it will always try to, when it's correcting, will try to connect back with that previous area. And if it comes back with the previous area, that's how it works every day. Every day. All right? So AUD USD, this one did not pull back. Look at that. It did not pull back. This one dug even higher into where? Right there. So this was an example. Price could have gone there, yes, but it did not. Because I said to you, this is a very powerful impulse to the upside. This one here dug past all 3. And look, it went higher. Back where? To where it came from. So if I go into the 15-minute, no, let me go lower so I can show you the connecting impulses. From that there's the connector. Do you see that? Hold on. You see, this is a connection. That impulse from the top side here, it connected to all of those guys there. Do you guys see that? Let's go lower. Look at this. In actual fact, this is the proper level, and there's it actually it really pushed down. It's actually quite incredible. It's actually quite incredible. Same with NZD USD. When you go lower, you can start to see all the connections. Look at that right there. Look at the connections. Do you guys see that? Look at that. So from this area down, look at all the connectors. 1, you guys see that? 2, 3. Do you see that? 4. Do you guys see that? Are you with me there? Ooh, this is good stuff, man. Jeepers. This is really good stuff. I hope everybody's clear with that one, guys. 1, 2, and 3. Look at that. 1, 2, and 3. You see that? So here there's only been, look at this, 1. There's only been 2 here. Do you see that? 1, which is dug past these areas, 1, and then 2. So it's still stuck in 2. Do you guys see that? It's still stuck in 2. There's no connection yet to the upside. That's that falling wedge. But look at the power here. This to the downside has not broken, has not really pushed below this area, and neither has it pushed below this area. So there's still buyers in here. It's just taking so many stop losses. That's important to understand. Everybody clear? I think that's pretty clear, guys. GBP USD, I mean GBP yen. There's nothing really here at this point. We were dealing with Nikkei. Look where the Nikkei is. All right, let's look at it's still at our area, 65,000. We've not moved there. And then we have hold on, NZD JPY. But we're still there. Look, we're still there. All right, Euro JPY, we're still there. We haven't moved. Not at all. The Chinese 50, I told you, when we were at 930, we were already. So if I go to, let's go and try another one here quickly. All right, CAD JPY, AUD NZD. Look at this one here, guys. See, this has it's still staying at the second area. Look at that. It's not come down. It stayed at the second one because here, if I do this, so count with me now. Do you see how it stretched up above all the area? That was the connector down to the zone. And what did it do? It's moved above that entire structure. Do you guys see that? It's moved above that entire structure. Let's go down further so you can see. Look, 1, there's the connection. If I do that, there's the connector, right? Now watch. Look, we moved past all of that into the connection. And look where we are now in that area there. You see that? So imagine the kind of selling that must happen here now. For us to go all the way down. Ah, come on, man. Come on. This is an upward structure. You can see it's creating higher lows. If price has to do this now, completely destroy that entire thing. You know what kind of strength must come out of the New Zealand dollar right now for price to move from here and for on a Friday move 149 pips right now? Right now, it's too much. So if you understand what I'm saying to you, your panic goes down. So even if price, let me take all of this off here. So even if price does this, you are not panicking. You're like, oh my word, I'm being delayed here instead. Because you understand within the context of the structure, you'd like to exit there. This is just a delay. So guys, at the academy, we're not just teaching you about structure. We're teaching your mind to accept. This is how price moves. Let me pause there quickly. Is everybody tracking with me here, guys? Let me just pause there for a real quick 15 seconds or so is everybody tracking right here. All right? Quickly, guys, quickly, let me know in the chat there. Share the love in the chat facility quickly. And don't forget to like the stream. We're feeding the algorithm what we need to feed it. There's more people that need to understand this. Literally, there's people that need to understand this, guys. And all of it is free. That's the crazy part, guys. It's free. No gimmicks, you come online and you're pushing. That's it. So once you understand, I'm seeing all of the responses. Great. Once you start understanding the context, your panic goes down. Now you want to fund. Now you want to put in, whatever lot size you are comfortable, micro, mini, standard, it doesn't matter, because the context, think about it. Any person that gets understanding about a situation, when you get it, you're not going to go high on your emotions. Why do people go high on emotions? Because they don't always understand it. So it's an expression of an inward struggle. Done. So this thing is more psychological than anything else. And just so, by the way, it's still structure. It's still structure. Look. Oh, sorry, wrong one there. It's still part of the structure. Look, it's still a channel. Higher, low. Higher, low. Support. Low, higher, low, higher, low. High, higher, high. That is how you track it. You don't track it with the higher lows. You track it with the highs. Don't worry about the higher low. The higher low is the consequence or the secondary consequence of the high. Whenever there's a higher low. Whenever there is, example here, don't worry about the lower high. You worry about the low. Because if there's a low and the secondary consequence is a lower high, you wait for the lower low. So it's low. When it comes to a downtrend, it's low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. In an uptrend, it's high, higher, high. That's the focus point. Ask an archer. Ask a soccer player. Ask a cricket player. When they're bowling the ball, they have 3 wickets. There is a focus point. When you get the focus right, when your eye is in focus, you make a better decision. You bowl better. You shoot better. You box better, etc. Same with trading. Don't try to focus on the high. Focus on the highs, because that's what's telling you that the buys are increasing. The highs are telling you that the price is increasing in value. The highs, not the higher low. The higher low goes lower than the high. So why focus on the higher low? You can trade the higher low, yes, but the focus is the high. And look for information that's going to give you another high. Read your fundamentals, track the politics, track the economics, So when me and Tepo, when we trade, we are trading in context and in understanding that if the price was here, we are anticipating a new high to form from the news. Because the news can help the high form. It can give it nitrous and it pushes up. So when we go live on CPI, we are looking for the new high in a structure or the new low in a structure. That's what we're doing, guys. How we can stop the stream right here. Is it enough, guys? Is it enough? Should we stop it for today? What do you think? So it's all about the structure that we are trading. From area to area, from place to place. That is what we are trading. All right, I hope that is clear, guys. I'll do one more here. I'll do an hourly one here for the guys. Right now, the market is pretty calm. So I can actually do a bit of this, which is great. All right, let's go AUD Swiss franc or let's do a NZD CHF. Let's do this one. NZD CHF. All right. So from an hourly perspective, guys, I can already tell you there's a lot of divergence here. There's a lot of divergence here. All right. I'm seeing quite a bit of divergence here. All right, hold on. Okay, so there's a lot of divergence here now. This is the support area here, okay? It's a support zone. And these highs are important, those highs. So price could go back to them at any time, all right? Could go back to them at any time. Now, this is the hourly frame, and I want you not to pay attention to this, all right? If I go up, we're going to find this is actually one impulse, all right? This is one impulse. So if I go up, almost, see, look at that. There's the impulse, it's one. So let's go look quickly. Because now we're measuring this here. I'm anticipating price to come down till here. All right. So I want to look how many times here. So to see how many times we had to go up, I'm going to count here. Remember, I'm not looking for it to go to this area here. I'm only looking to profit a part or partially from this impulse. So when you see an impulse like this, you got to jump for joy. Jump for joy when you see a powerful impulse like this. Jump for joy, especially when price has not gone down. When it's still at the top, jump for joy. So here we have now. Let's see how many times price has. Look at the connections now. I mean, I can see it right here. Look at that. I can see it. Remember, guys, you got to train the eye, isn't it so? Remember high. You see that? It's on the 2 hour. All right. Do you guys see this? So there's 4 here. Okay, Ash, you're saying there's 4. Yes, there were 4 climbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. How? Highs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm looking at the highs that are notable. If you still need to search, oh, where's the high between these two? It's not a high. It's a resistance. If you need to say, oh, no, but Ash, no, it's a resistance. You want a distinctive high, the one that you can clearly see. This one is higher. Okay, it's higher. So there's 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to possibly get to this area here. Not all the way down to the foot. Just till there. So I do that by using the highs. And it's structure. It's market structure. So if there's 4, we need 2 opposing ones on this side. Here's 1. Only 1 so far. And this 1 is dug deep into past all 3. It's created a low. Now it's creating a lower high. So what am I anticipating? What am I anticipating now, guys? Quickly, in the chat facility, what am I anticipating now? What am I anticipating now? Quickly, guys, quickly. In the chat facility, what am I anticipating? I'm waiting, guys. What am I anticipating here? Exactly. Brett, exactly. I'm anticipating a lower low. Now, it may not go all the way down there, but that's okay. Because what am I trading? I'm trading structure, lower low. It's a channel. So it may not go all the way down. So it can do this right there. And then it can do this. And then it can do that. And then it can finish. It doesn't matter what the structure looks like. But what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it can be 4 as well. It can be 3. It could have been 5. Whether it's 3, 4, or 5, my destination is here. I don't care if it's 5. I don't care if it's 3. Now, fundamentals can make it 2, because from there, fundamentals can make it drop all the way, and it's just 1 and 2. but it's still the market structure. Juan, I'm not sure what that means. Do you use chart analysis much? I'm not sure what that means. All right, you get, if I can, okay, from my interpretation, do I use the chart only? That's the only way I can, because there's not a lot of context there. All right, do I only use the charts? No, I use politics, I use economics as well. I amalgamate fundamentals with technicals. I do both of them. But at the academy, we are just very skilled in amalgamating both of them. That's it. You can't use them independently. They work together. Right now, there's no news for the Swiss. There's no news for NZD right now. So you have to use the charts. All right? You have to use the charts. Because there's no news that can possibly push the CHF down here. So it's going to move technically right now. But if there's a lot of fundamentals on that day, let's say there's employment change happening for NZD or the CPI is happening for the NZD, then you're going to be using the charts, yes. Now, let's just say as an example, let me do this. Let's just say as an example here, we know that in the next 2 minutes, there's news coming out for NZD and it's the CPI. Now, what does CPI do for a specific chart? That's an inflationary measure. So if there's more spending, if the CPI number comes out higher, better than expected, all right, then it means that my analysis here could possibly be interrupted. That means the NZD can possibly push up here to those highs again. So it doesn't mean my setup is gone. It just means the CPI pushed the NZD, all right, higher back to the highs that I spoke about. And then after that's done, because fundamentals doesn't last the whole day, then we have it come back and resume what it was doing. That's very important, all right? Not a problem, Juan. I'm happy that, guys, let's give Juan a round of applause. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. All right, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. All right, so let me know if I am. All right, it's not a problem. Guys, let's welcome Juan as well. All right, let's welcome Juan. It's wonderful to have you. All right. So it's very important that we understand that, guys. Fundamentals can disrupt your setup, but it does not mean it's going to push it completely out. If it pushes it out, example now, remember, this is an hour frame. So if it pushes it out completely like that, then you know, we're no longer running 1 hour down. Now we're running 1 hour up. Look what I just did there. I switched it. All right? I switched it. If the CPI number pushes up the NZD and breaks this entire structure here, I'm no longer running 1 hour down. I'm running 1 hour up. Now I need to switch to a 3 hour, 4 hour, because now it means that we're going where? To higher levels where price has been before. But if the opposite happens and it's a poor CPI number, and price from where it is now does this, oh man, I'm happy. Then it's just moving inside of the structure and the channel that we already have. Do you see that? So that's important. That's important, all right? Because I think this was a very fruitful one here in terms of just understanding the structure a little bit better. Make sure that over the weekend, remember, guys, you can trade crypto with us over the weekend as well. It's open there. We also have the gold 247, 24/7. It's just the margin will be a little bit higher there in terms of what you pay, less liquidity. Remember, gold moves quite a bit during the week, Mondays to Fridays. Over the weekend, you're going to find there's less participation. So that does increase the margin on the asset, all right? And also, you got to look at the leverage as well. Higher leverage gives you a smaller margin. Lower leverage reduces the affordability context there, all right? So just make sure that you have enough capital in your account for you to participate. But the crypto market is up and running over the weekend. Then you obviously wait Monday for the stock indices there, which is, you know, your US 30 or S&Ps, etc., and obviously FX. All right. So guys, you know, from that specific angle, I think we're doing pretty well. We are definitely creating a community where people understand what's happening, and you're not just here because you're hoarding information. You actually want to participate. At the end of the day, guys, I'll close off with this today, okay? In trading, sitting on the sidelines, all right, is not beneficial. Most traders that are not consistent, they're sitting on the sideline for too long. You got to participate. Even if you participate at a low risk, it doesn't matter. You'll scale it eventually. But to become consistent in something, you got to participate. So if you have only a small amount of capital, do the lowest risk possible. I can't tell you what risk. I can't advise on that. But from an educational standpoint, I can definitely say to you guys, sitting on the sidelines, accumulating information does not get you consistent. It just gets you a big library of info. It's the application of that will give evidence whether you are becoming consistent or not. It's the application of it. So even if you decide, all right, as a back test, I'm going to do 10 trades a week or 5 trades a week. Out of that 5, I'm going to start noting what my consistency is. You got to start somewhere. You can start with a cent account. You can go to a mini. You can work your way up. If you're confident enough, go to your standard account, guys. That's the whole point of education. It's to give our students, our clients, options. That's what we have at TD. If you don't have a high confidence, start with a cent account. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone ever psychologically make you think that it's wrong to start, very small. It doesn't matter. You're going to get there, but you got to put the work in at the end of the day. We're all on different levels, but the aim is to grow. That's the aim. You got to grow. You have to grow, and that's intentional. Growth is intentional. All right? This is the NZD CHF there, Twister. That's the NZD CHF. All right. Guys, I think we've done very well today. We've done beautifully today. All right? And I think there's a bit more, insight here. Fortunately, this one is obviously recorded. Go in there over the weekend, check out what I've done. Don't mind all the talking in between. All right. That's just, we have to motivate our guys as well at the end of the day. All right. Every human needs something like that. Okay. Nobody's perfect. Everybody starts somewhere. We all move and so forth. So don't mind all the talking, speaking in between, the jokes, if any. Focus yourself or get into a space of focus so that you can get the information. All right. And then obviously, guys, as always, if you're not going to be in the other 2 sessions moving forward, have a fantastic weekend. All right. We're here Mondays to Fridays, 4 times a day. All right. Mondays to Fridays, myself and Mr. McCowdy. We're here 4 times a day. That's Mondays to Fridays, 9:30, then 12, then 3, and then 6. So there's an evening session as well to close it off very, very nicely. All right. End of July. End of July already. And obviously, we'll be going for August next. All right. Have a good one. Stay blessed. Stay warm. Hydrated. And we'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao, guys. Ashley Rivia signing out.